Today's sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store. As it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. In motion, the tight end. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Nick Scorton. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long.
Here we go. Set. Pressure on 80. 18. 5 here. 7 Pirates. 7.
Back to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Red, yellow.
Following the interception, Young. He'll find McMillan here. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have real extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Yellow. White. Ready.
Young will set to throw. Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep.
60 Eagles, 18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. Warriors, 17. Rangers, 70, 19 Lions.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to wind up and air out. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Grab 60, grab 60.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That's brought in downfield by London. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Red, yellow, come on, set. 45, watch, Edo blue. Ready?
Young to throw it. To the right side, hauled in by McMillan. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Young. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Rig alert, rig alert. Broncos. Ready, ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Mustang night. Ready. Go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready, ready. Go street. Cowboy 80. Rig, rig. Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
19, let's go. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
Now back to throw. Fighting to stay upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 20.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's good for a Panthers first down.
Ready?
Young going to give to Brooks. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Brooks, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
70,
They'll drop the throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Back. Huh. Hey, smash. Check, smash. Check, smash. Say, hurt. 18, pioneer.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
60, 60, Panther 11, Panther 11.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he will try to run through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
And the Falcons first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson. And they'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal.
70,
Now an audible here into something else.
Go, street.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now they send a running back in motion right. From the 5, third and goal. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on fourth and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on fourth and goal. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Ready, break.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra into it.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Panthers had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A run out of the gun with Brooks.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Ready, ready. Ready.
Now here's Young.
That is caught. McMillan with it.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's another.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Ready, set.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go. 30, Black Ultra.
To throw, Young.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Tremble from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, really with it. I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy. All that Drake, you got a chip. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rapping, pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers, pay my bills. All the folks
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio that once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. People kiss it on the ground.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it first and 10. Given 4 yards there, it'll be 2nd and 6.
Ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Buffalo 18. Trap 60, trap 60.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 6. Call it a loss of 14 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
3rd and
20.
60 Bobcats. 19 Lions.
They'll set up a throw. That one deep for London. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. That's taken in. It's Xavier again. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw, Young. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Blue, 32. Ready?
Back to throw here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
33, yellow, white, set.
Young. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Here we go. Yellow.
A quick throw by Young, caught out wide. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go now. Yellow, 22.
Young going to give it up on the touch pass. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So this game tied at the half, and if you wondered who would come up with the first big play of this 3rd quarter, we have our answer.
Well, in basketball, you know how they tell you to have active hands defensively? I think the same thing applies here. Nice job there prying the ball free. And now the guys have a chance to take the lead if they can put something together. The beauty of doing it in football, you don't get called for a foul if you hit their arms.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Let's go now.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Second and 11 now.
Let's go.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Cut 19, cut 19. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Gill now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Falcons grab it. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he stops immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They're going to look to throw. And it's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
His kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
That's caught at the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 44 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Young now. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. This 2nd and 4.
Ready, set.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and bunching. And there was another first down run right there.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jalen Coker, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They begin the drive with Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ready.
That's out quickly to London. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Come on. Hey. Hop 70. Go.
2nd and 5. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Bradley Rangers, Dragon 60. 19 Lions.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 26 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ready. Ready.
Young off the play fake. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked off by Trey Anderson.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Second and 10.
Packer 60.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
13 yards on the play. And the Panthers
Fight.
first down.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Young to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think. so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there, to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
That's caught, and this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina! Jonathan Brooks with his second touchdown of the night. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Black shot. Let's go.
Young's going to throw for this. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Picked up by Troy Anderson. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. You got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't hurt.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll get this up to midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. A give to Robinson on the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Come on. Set. Liking it.
Toss play to Robinson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They'll set up to throw. Got landed on a slant. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
At their own 11-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground with Brooks.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here's 2nd down.
Drill green. Let's go now. Red, yellow. Ready?
Young to throw it. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 85 yards. And the Panthers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Down.
Here's Young. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Watts. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. First play of the drive, a 1st down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Third down and 10.
Try 60, try 60. Let's go now. Cougar 18, Rodley. Panther 11, Panther 11.
He'll look to throw. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to the 42, 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy trying to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Come on. Panther 60, Panther 60.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down about the 39. This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Falcons, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.